In this video, I'm going to go over exactly how we help local businesses become the go-to business in their area without relying on referrals and without having any roller coaster months. So let's jump into who this video is for. So this video is for premium local service business owners that know they need a social media presence and their customers pay them at least $750 upfront per deal. So the reason why I say this is because if you are running ads at, let's say, $50 a day, it's going to take you a ton of clients if your service is $50. It will take you so many clients to make that back in a month. But if you have a service that is 750 plus or more, you just need two or three clients to cover the cost of the ads. And if you have a service that's like 10,000, 20,000, $30,000, you get one deal that covers a lot of the ads plus way more. So this is very good for home service pros. This is good for med spa owners, auto detailers, junk removal companies, real estate professionals, and a lot more. If you really just have a service business and you can sell a package or you can sell something that is pretty high ticket, this will work for you. This also is for any businesses that are tired of relying on word of mouth and referrals or who have been hurt in the past by another marketing agency. So I've been there, I've been scammed, I've been burnt by a marketing agency, and it's just not fun. But this is also for any business owner who is ready to build a system that brings demand instead of waiting around for it. So in the video, we are going to go over exactly why leads don't feel like leads anymore, the expected results in the case studies, and what actually is the SGF method, which is what I use to scale my own business, and then everything you get in terms of your deliverables. So going into why leads don't feel like leads anymore. Here's a problem with the marketing that you're doing right now. On Google, most consumers are used to 5 stars. They're used to a ton of reviews. They're used to every business saying that they are the best business. They're the number one business. And then when you're paying for any leads, maybe on Thumbtack or Yelp or Angie's, you are paying for a lead that is getting passed around to a ton of different companies. So it is just hard for you to actually stand out. And we live in a trust recession right now, meaning competition has increased. And so if everybody looks the same, a consumer is not going to actually compare and contrast, they're just going to find the cheapest price. So what consumers now are doing are they're going to the companies that they see the most and that they trust the most. So the trust recession is hurting you if you are not going to be posting video content, if you're not going to be on camera. It's going to hurt you because you're not going to be the one that they trust and see the most. So again, the solution is that when you are getting a prospect to pay you thousands and thousands of dollars, you need that trust there, and they're not going to be sold to just pay you. When you actually go and give them the quote, they're going to be sold before, and that's what you want to do with a system in your marketing. So the SGF method actually does this. It captures local attention. So if you just need more leads, this will also help you do that. It captures the local attention through high quality Instagram ads, and then it converts attention into trust with high trust content and educational content that shows you as a local expert. And then it makes it predictable and scalable because there's going to be clear systems for the ad spend, for content creation, and clear reporting. The entire first part of this process is done for you. So there's not much work you have to do. We build the ads, we create the content, we give you the scripts. All you have to do is talk to the leads and then close them. So in terms of the expected results and the case studies, I'm not going to go through all of these, but this is what happens when you actually have a predictable demand system. So I will go through some of these case studies, but if you want to watch all of these interviews I've done with my lovely, lovely clients, you can just go over to YouTube and you can watch all of them. So case study number one, we have Villa Exteriors DMV. So the owner came to me, and this is Armand, the company, by the way. He came to me, he never ran ads, but he was posting on Instagram, talking on camera. So he spent around $35,000 on his ads in 5 months, and he generated over $350,000 in jobs. So that is a 10x return on ad spend. He was also reached out to by the Nationals and the Wizards. So it was more than just getting clients. He was able to collaborate with both of those teams. And then case study number two. So MKD Luxury Amenities, he runs a luxury vending machine company, and he never ran ads before. He was just posting graphics, and he had a cold caller who was calling leads for him. But the problem was that it is very, very hard to actually get in contact with owner of buildings because obviously he's going after like HOAs and apartment buildings and business managers that have their company in office buildings. He's going after those types of businesses. So it was hard for a cold caller to reach that. So he was able to spend 2,500 over the first 90 days, and he added over 10K per month to his revenue, and he started at 3K. So the problem with the cold calling was that he was closing one client maybe every 6 to 8 months, but with his ad spend and what he was doing in the program, he closed 4 clients within the program. And then he closed one client when he left the program. But 12x return on ad spend, that's what he got from the program. And if he just stopped running ads, that return on ad spend would just keep increasing. And then case study number three, so we have Essentials by Elena. So she runs a med spa and she never ran ads either, and she was struggling to pay rent in a new location. She knew she needed something else to actually get more people to know about her and see where she was located. So she spent $5,000 on the Instagram ads over 5 months, and she generated over $55,000 and was able to hire more employees to come work for her. And her return on her ad spend was 11x. And then the last one here that I'm going to go over is Paul's Garden Service. He was one of my first clients. Shout out to Paul, but he runs a landscaping business. And his previous marketing, he never ran any ads. He was relying on word of mouth, and he had one part-time employee. And so he spent a little over $1,000 over the 3 months, and he generated over $20,000 and was able to hire more employees. So that is a 20x return on ad spend, and that is actually crazy. He was also able to get a new truck. So he's been absolutely crushing it with his ads in 2026. He is absolutely doing amazing. He has some of his best months. I think in April he had his best month just from Instagram. So if you want to see some more client wins, then make your way over to my Instagram page. I have all of that on there in the client wins highlights. And additional proof. So in terms of like actual testimonials and stuff, you can go to my page. All these testimonials are here on my page, but I'm happy to do client interviews and I love doing them. So you will see a lot of them on my page. So these are just a few of them that I've done, but I love being able to meet my clients in person as well and actually work with them side by side. And so this is how this actually works, a social growth funnel. It's just a basic three-step process that I've been able to build out over the years. So the first thing that we do is have local ads. And the problem is that if nobody knows you exist, it doesn't matter how good of a service you have or how high quality it is because nobody knows who you are. That's what a lot of businesses are missing, and they're focusing on the wrong forms of marketing, meaning Google, Yelp, Angie's List. You're focusing Thumbtack on the wrong things, and so there's not a lot of attention being built, and then also there's just no trust with that also being built. So you're focusing on the wrong form of marketing. You need trust building marketing. So the solution is that we will run a local ad strategy that brings trust and then it can bring you leads because they are going to trust you. And this works because the follower ads, they show your business to your prospects that actually need your services. They just had no idea you existed. So they're going to recognize you before they even reach out. And then the full funnel coverage. So there's always going to be a part of the market that is not ready, and it's going to be a majority that are not ready to buy, but then there's also people that are ready to buy. So this will hit that full coverage. People that have never known about you, but they needed your services, they'll be ready to buy. They'll love see your ad and hit you up. And then the people who are not ready to buy, they're still going to be getting nurtured from your content and from what you're doing. So demand is never going to reset. You can just make sure, hey, they're following you. So when you post your content, they're going to still see it and you're still going to be top of mind. And then massive pain point, instead of writing an ad that's like, oh, 10% off, 20% off, we don't do that. We actually find the top, three things that are keeping up your ideal prospect at night and their main pain points and problems. And we put that in the ad so that your prospects actually feel ready to move forward and they're ready to take action. And so just a visual of how this actually works. We'll have brand ads. Those are the ads that bring in the leads and get your business known. And then we'll have high quality content. And then we'll also have retargeting ads. So they'll see your ad here. They might get retargeted to some more ads, or they follow you. They see some high quality content. And then you have a conversation with them. Hey, thanks for the follow. Are you looking for any services, whatever your service is? And then we qualify them. So if they're qualified, they're ready to go. We'll book a call and then gotta close them. If they're unqualified, then they are not ready. But the good thing about this is, again, we nurture them with the content, the stories, the reels that you post. You nurture them until they are ready to buy, and then they turn into a client at the end. So this is going along. This is number two. This is the second step of the process is the high quality content that converts. So ads alone are not enough. You can't just have the content. You can't just have the ads. You have to have both working together. So you'll find very quickly if you just have ads that leads will not trust you and they won't convert. But if you have both of them, it just makes it that much easier. So if you don't have the content, then they're going to go to your Instagram page. They're going to see that you have no content. They're going to be like, okay, what is this? And then they're just going to leave and start scrolling again. But if they see answers, they see educational videos, they see client testimonials, they see all of that, and they're going to stick around and they probably will reach out to you as well. So this works because you will build trust fast. Your content will show, again, real results, people experience. So people will actually feel comfortable reaching out. It will handle objections early. So your content should be talking more about these objections as well and frequently asked questions. And then it will also educate without selling. A lot of you guys like to sell, 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 and you don't ever educate. But we live in a society where a consumer, a prospect, they need to be educated before they go with you, especially if it is a service that is more than $1,000. Nobody's just handing you their credit card. And then it also warms leads up. So by the time they send you a DM or call, they feel like they know you. And so with the result of that, instead of saying that you're getting bad leads, you'll start to see that the bad leads were actually high quality leads. You just didn't have any trust. So there'll be easier closes and then you'll have a higher close rate and you'll just make more money. You'll be able to charge more because people will like you. And then the third thing that a lot of business owners also miss is the follow-up system and actually having a way to track your numbers so that you can scale. So every time a lead comes in, they need to have a follow-up date. They need to have a way for you to reach out to them. So if you don't track this accurately, then it's just going to mess the whole system up. So the solution is we just give you a follow-up sequence, we give you KPI tracking, and then we give you clean reporting so you know exactly when to scale, when to fix something. You just know how much each lead costs, you know everything like that. So moving on to actually what is included. So you're going to get a complete Instagram ad system set up. So I will script out your ad for you and you'll be able to see it as well. But we'll go through and we'll actually set up the ad together. We'll have done with you content creation. So that means we'll script, we'll film, we'll edit the content. All you have to do is just show up for the film session. We'll film 5 videos, plus we will film 1 ad. And then the local authority and Instagram growth strategy. So literally just teaching you the exact strategy, how to make the content, how to make the ads that actually convert prospects into paying clients, teaching you all of that stuff. And then lead conversions and DM coaching. So DM qualification, so actually how to qualify your prospects in the DMs, and then also sales coaching if needed, because what good is it if you do not actually close the clients that are coming in, the leads that are coming in, and then follow-up system so no leads will fall through the cracks, coaching calls and review leads, performance, and next steps. And then also one-on-one direct support with me. You'll have access to me for questions, reviews, feedback, Monday through Friday. And then you'll also have 90 days of hands-on support throughout the entire program. You'll have a course with modules that you'll be able to keep forever that goes over the ads, contents, funnels, conversions, everything like that. You'll have access to the private community where all the other business owners and clients are in, and then weekly group calls, which are optional, but you get to talk to all the other clients that I have in the group. You get to talk to them as well. And I just go over some more of those ad content funnels, conversion, educational type of stuff. So all you really need to do is show up to film, talk to leads, close deals, and track your numbers. So I'm not going to go over all of this, but I like to move quick. I want to be able to launch ads within 14 days of joining. So in terms of what you're getting, half is pretty much going to be done with you, half is going to be done for you. And the done with you stuff is going to be when we're like hopping on calls, setting up stuff. So the strategy, like actually optimizing your profile, analysis and stuff, that's all going to be pretty much done for you, done with you or done for you. And then Instagram ads, custom ad script. So you see done for you. Everything else in terms of setting up the ads is going to be done with you. Content creation, that's all done for you. Lead conversion, you'll get the DM qualification scripts, and then everything else, sales, objection handling, follow-up system, that's going to be done with you. And then direct Slack access, the support and community side of things. Half of it is going to be done with you in terms of showing up to the calls and like messaging me. If you have a question, that's done with you, of course. And then the modules, that's done for you. The client access for the community, that's done for you as well. So here's what happened next. If you are a local service business and you have at least $800 a month to spend in ads and serious about building predictable demand, instead of relying on referrals and good luck, I want to show you personally how this SGF method can work for your business. So next steps, click the link in the description below to schedule a strategy call. And once you schedule the call, make sure just to read the emails, watch the videos that you'll be sent so you're 100% ready for the call. And then just show up on the computer in a place with no distractions so that we can actually work together and come up with a plan. And then on the call, it's not going to be some hard selling or pressure selling. It's not going to be anything like that. On that call, we're just going to map out exactly how the system would work for your business and then what your numbers could realistically look like in terms of leads and revenue. We'll go over the ad spend that you need to hit your goals, what implementation looks like over the next 90 days. And again, no pressure, hard selling. And if it works for you, you think that, you want to move forward, we'll move forward. If not, I'll just be the first to tell you, hey, probably not a good fit, and I'll point you in the right direction. So the stakes, here's what I need you to understand. 6 months from now, you'll either be in the same position you're in now, you'll have decent revenue, but you'll still be stressed out about one bad month and where the next month leads are actually going to come from, and then still hoping that referrals are just going to save you. Or you'll have a system that will make demand predictable. You'll wake up to new calls booked. Your calendar will be packed. You'll be able to raise prices and say no to bad clients. And marketing will stop following you home. That is a big thing, is that marketing follows you home and it affects the rest of the areas of your life. So you'll finally have a stable, controlled business that is safe to build on. And let's say you wait and do nothing because that is an option. More and more companies have been moving to Instagram, and you've probably seen it yourself. More and more companies are running ads. So if you wait, you lose that advantage. But that's not really the worst part. The worst part is that you lose money every single month that you wait. So if you're doing 30K per month with referrals, but if you know you had a predictable system to bring you in leads, you could be doing 60K a month. Well, then month one through one, you've lost $180,000 in 1 year after not having a system. You've lost $360,000. So doing nothing is still a decision. It's just the most expensive one long term. And some of you may be thinking like, oh, that's not true. Go and actually do the numbers. Are you at full capacity? Do you actually think you could take on more work? If you can, and you can't actually get a system to take on that more work to get to 100% capacity, then you are losing money each month. So again, you can do nothing. It's just very, very expensive. So let's go over some frequently asked questions really quick. But question, I've tried Instagram or Facebook ads before and it didn't work. Why would this be different? So most business owners fail with this because they run ads by themselves and they have nothing else going along with it. So they just throw money at a cold audience and say, hey, put in your email, put in your phone number. Nobody's really going to do that. And then they'll just blame the ads or blame the platform, the economy. It was just that your ads and the system that you had was not good at all. And so if you also run ads without any content or a way to follow up or a way to actually reach out to the prospects that are coming in, of course it's not going to work. You need all three working together. So that's what we do. We have the ads, we have the content, and a way to actually convert. It's a whole system that we're building you. It's not just a ads that we're just running for you. And then question, I don't want to be on camera. Do I have to? Yes, somebody from your business needs to be on camera. Now imagine that you needed a new roof. And there was one company that never showed their face. They only posted graphics or Happy Thanksgiving. And then there was another company where the CEO was posting themselves, talking on camera, showing, educating. Which one are you more likely to go with? You're probably more likely to go with the company where the CEO is actually on camera talking. So yeah, somebody needs to be on camera. It's 2026. Trust is built on camera, and it's not going to be some super hard process when we're filming. We script out everything. You just need to read what is actually being scripted and what we've written. So we make it pretty easy for business owners, even if you are uncomfortable on camera, to actually say your lines and make it go pretty quick. Question, how much should I budget for ad spend? So I recommend starting at $600 to $1,000 per month in ad spend because that gives you enough data with your ads to actually have your ads be optimized and then also know if it's just working. So if you spend $5 a day, it's going to take that much longer. Like it's going to take a ton of time for Meta to actually see what's working, what's not working, because there won't be a lot of data. So again, even if you have a service that is like 1,500 or 750 plus, then you just need a couple deals to actually cover the cost of your ads. And then that's why it is just so important that you have a higher ticket service. And then how long until I see results? So most of the time you'll start seeing results within 14 to 21 days. I might even say 7 to 21 days of the ads going live because I've had clients who have closed somebody within the first week and they made all their money back. And then I've had a client who closed somebody the same day that we started running ads or the next day. So it varies from your industry, but closing deals typically happen between 30 and 45 days. It also depends on the size of the job that you're doing. So if you are having like a lower ticket thing, it will take, not that much time. It could be the same day. If you have a higher ticket thing, you're remodeling, construction, then obviously a 30, 60, 100K contract, that's going to take a little bit longer. But either way, we want to make sure that you are getting qualified leads and having conversations. So the guarantee is that if you don't see a measurable increase in qualified conversations and book calls within 90 days, we will keep working with you at no extra cost until you do. And then what if you're already working with a marketing agency? So we are not the same thing as a marketing agency. We teach you how to do this stuff yourself and actually build it with you. We don't just, run the ads for you, generate the leads for you, and then walk away and then blame you when nothing converts. We build you the whole system from A to Z so that you know exactly how to run the system. And all of this is yours, right? Like the content is yours, the funnels are everything is yours once you join the program. Like you keep it, the marketing is yours to own. We don't own any of that. So another question, what if it doesn't work for my specific business? The system works for any local service business that has a strong offer and clients who are already happy. So if you're doing at least 10K a month, then you already know how to close. You just need more leads. So if you have a strong offer, you have people who already like you, your work is good. Again, you just need more leads. All right. Next question, do you work with businesses outside the US? No, we do not. I'll keep that pretty quick. What's the guarantee? The guarantee is what I said. You need to see a measurable increase of qualified conversations and inbound leads. And then if you don't, we'll keep working with you until you do at no additional costs. And then can you guarantee I'll make a specific amount of revenue? No. No marketing agency should ever guarantee that you're going to make money. You still control your own sales process. What we guarantee is the qualified attention, the inbound leads, and the book calls because, again, that's what we control. So you control your close rate and you control how you run your business. So I'll never guarantee that you will make money. When you start your business, there is no guarantee. If you need a guarantee to make any decision, I don't know what to say. Like you shouldn't actually be running the business if you need guarantees. And then what happens after the first 90 days? So you have two options: continue working with us, or you can just take everything that we built for you and run the system yourself. It's that simple. You can do one of those two things. And then do I need to already have a big Instagram following? No, most of our clients have started their accounts with less than 500 followers and they just grow it from there. That's what the ads are for. And then also the ads are to get the leads at the same time, but the followers are the leads in this certain scenario. So you don't need a following, you're going to build one with your ads. And then what do I actually have to do? How much time does this take? You have to be committed to running your own business, right? We'll build a system with you, do some of the stuff for you, but you still have to be committed to running your own business and take it seriously. I'm going to give you the frameworks and everything, but if you don't do it, then it's not on me if you don't do it. So you have to put time into this, and it doesn't take that much time. It'll take around 2 to 4 hours a week once everything is running. The main thing is that you just have to show up and talk to the leads and handle the calls. And then moving on, so you're seeing the system, you're seeing the results, you know exactly what's included. The only question left is, are you ready to stop relying on referrals and build a predictable system to demand attention? If yes, then again, go to the description down below, click on the link to book your strategy call, watch the videos and read the emails that are going to be sent to you so you're 100% ready and show up on a computer in a quiet area so we can talk. And in 6 months, you'll either have a system that prints leads and demands attention, or you'll still be hoping referrals save you and you'll be stuck in the same place. But again, the choice is yours. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you want to book a call, just click the link down below in the description.